we are live. Hello, everybody. Hi, Abby.
Everyone.
Whoa.
Hi, Sophie. Totally.
I mean, we could not connect. It took us 15 minutes to open our app, Zoom app.
Yep.
Then Abby went to another meeting and I missed which meetings we were on. I mean, whoa. So perfect question. How do you cope with life circumstances?
Yes, that is a
First,
perfect
Abby.
question. Yeah, seriously. For step one, laugh.
Yeah. First step, breathe.
Yeah.
Second step, love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally. And I have my screen up, just so you know, in case folks have comments or questions.
And I have my
Okay.
Okay, great. And everybody, please like, so put some comments, because like that, something happen on Facebook and more people see us, right?
Yeah, the more you engage with us, the more our page grows. So whatever version of engagement you'd like to.
We need support.
Yeah.
Come on, like.
Yeah.
All right. So, Abby, what are we going to say about life circumstances, right? You know, I have learned so much to accept what is, right? So apparently on the last call, I was talking about losing a baby and not being able to have more babies. I don't even remember talking about it. And because I'm so accepting of it, it's not like it doesn't do something to me that I would never know what it is to be a mother. I mean, carrying a child, right? But what is, right? And what isn't. I'm not going to spend my entire life going, oh, I'll never be a mother. Yeah. But a friend of mine wrote me saying, that happened to you. I can't believe how you're okay with it. Right? That was very sweet.
Really sweet. Yeah.
But the thing is, if you're not okay with it, then what?
Yeah.
Then what?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then what? So I have a friend that got diagnosed with cancer. Right? If she doesn't accept it and resist it, hates it, say it's not fair, blame others, and so forth, what power will she have to create anything?
Right.
So the first step in life circumstances is total acceptance, and acceptance is absolutely not being passive.
Right. That was a big mistake that I made earlier in my life.
You did?
Like, oh, okay, well, accepting means that I just figure out how to be okay with everything and just let life take me on a ride, and I'll just deal with it. You know?
Yeah. I'll be good.
Yeah, I'll just be a nice person and just let life sweep me down the river.
That's the way things are. No, that's not what it means, right? So accepting is having a profound relationship to reality.
Yeah.
Truly, it's and also having humbleness, right? Because you either going to co-create with the universe, or you're going to be David trying to fight Goliath, which I know he did, but the universe is way more immense than Goliath. So you going against what is, like against the universe, resenting it. I think we are the only species in the entire universe that always fight for what is not.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it shouldn't be that way. No, I don't want her to be my mother. She shouldn't be my mother. Why is she my mother? That's unfair. She's my mother. Well, it doesn't change anything about the fact that she's your mother, and she's going to stay your mother for the rest of your life. I mean, I can't have children. Okay, I didn't have children. All right. I'm not going, yay, how marvelous. I was all messed up. I couldn't have children, but I'm going, that is what it is, right? Then once you accept something, it disappears the barriers, because there is a space, like a clearing and emptiness where you can take action. That's why I say it's not passive at all. The acceptance allows for the emptiness of the space.
Mm. Oh, I love that. Like, as you're speaking about it, I'm hearing acceptance as like a verb, like it's an action. I think, again, I used to think of acceptance as something very passive, but there's a
No.
sort of a doing
No,
that.
no. Oh, absolutely. When you accept something, you give up judgment, opinion, blame, resentment, hatred, anger. I
Wow.
mean, that is the action of accepting.
Talk about being courageous. That is courage.
Yes. And in fact, you also give up all the other emotion like delight or joy. Even those do not matter. What is, that's it. And what is not. Then you can create.
I love that. I love that. It gives you like a blank slate to create from.
It does. And you cannot create on top of something.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. You can't. See, that's change, right? So if you have the Mona Lisa and you want to paint on top of it, you'll have the Mona Lisa with another bad painting on top, but that would not be, a creation. It will be change.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To really create it is from nothing. You create it into existence. Right? So you do need that space. So that's the first thing with the circumstances of life is acceptance. And acceptance is not, lying down and being a doormat. No. It's doing the work to give up anything other than no thing.
Wow. That's, what else I just heard when you said it again is I really believe in the power of like a really clear intention, like really holding a very clear intention. If you have an intention to accept something, then you're going to do what it takes, right? To clear your space, clear the barriers, clear the blocks so that you can have that blank space to create from. That's really powerful.
Yeah. And then, Abby, there is something that I always find in the most difficult moment of my life. And it comes from having a beginner's mind and having the humility to know that I know nothing.
Mm.
And is that I have such a trust and a faith in the universe, in the goodness of the universe, like the universe never makes mistakes, that even if something occurs as really difficult and unwelcome to me right now, I trust that around the corner, there is something I will not see that would be really in my best interest as a human. And it has happened again and again and again.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah. You've been my assistant for 3 years. Can I talk about that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So everybody, Abby has progressed so much. She's now so powerful. I know. Her role as my assistant and my kind of student is coming to an end, right? She's not going to stay my student for her entire life. It's time she flew by herself. So I was a bit sad last week. I thought, I've got to let Abby go. She needs to go and take her own risk and fly. And then suddenly I had the most beautiful insight. I said, no. I can let her go as my student and my assistant and all that. Maybe she can come back as my full partner, right? So yes, there is a relationship that is ending, but
Yes.
there is a new one that might be starting.
Yes.
Right? So that is the flow of life, is that at the moment, you don't know. You don't like it, maybe even, right? It's disagreeable, it's difficult, it's painful, it's sad, it's upsetting, it's heartbreaking. And trust in the universe. So really, to be able to deal with life circumstances, we need to recapture our relationship to the unknown, the mystery of the divine, the mystery of the universe, which we have lost a lot throughout our history.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying to recapture it like in Druid's time, we have evolved so much, but it is so important for all of us to be present to that connection to the different dimension.
Yeah, I totally agree. And something, when you were just speaking about, how something ends and then something else begins, and there's something very divine about that process. I mean, if you look at anything in nature, you look at literally anything in nature, there has to be sort of a decomposition and a destruction before there's a new life. And there's such a mystery to that. Like it seems like, oh, that's normal to us, but there's such a divine mystery to it. And it's really captured well in a lot of the mythology about the goddesses that are both destruction and creation. There's so many goddesses and so many cultures that symbolize or have mythology around being destroyers and creators, because there has to be that destruction before there's that divine creative force.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is good that you talk about mythology, because myth, I think, also is something we have lost a lot, right? Because the power of myth is amazing, because it really illustrates the way of being. If you look at the hero quest, right? Joseph Campbell described it so well in his book. You go through moments of truth and trial and tribulations and tests and losing and winning and danger until you go to the other side and go back home. So, since the time of Homer and the Odyssey, life is a hero's journey.
Yes.
It's not always pleasant. I think the only mistake we can do is quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something too, my wife and I were talking yesterday morning about this, and she was talking about, oh, I've been praying for this change, been praying for this change, been praying for this change. Why isn't it coming? And as we were talking, we thought, oh, maybe sometimes the answer to your prayer is the discomfort that you're feeling, because you wouldn't know how to create something new unless you saw what wasn't working anymore. And so I think a lot of times when we look at how we want things to be or how we want things to shift, we miss that piece of like, sometimes our discomfort is part of it. We have to know what's not working to, break that down first. So, yeah.
It's definitely the only access to breakthroughs is through breakdowns, right? You cannot there is no, and the word breakthrough is, how much I love it, right?
I love when you said that.
Yeah, you have to break before you go through. Right?
Yeah, you can't just you can't just have a through. You have to have a breakthrough.
Are you having a through today? I just think that's really bad. No, a breakthrough, right? So, the break in breakthrough, the break is a breakdown, right? And you need to own the breakdown and declare the breakdown and be the source of the breakdown. You cannot be the victim of that's part of the work of accepting. Right? So you do the work around the breakdown so that you are the source of it. You are the originator. There is no victim. There is total acceptance. There is no blame, no credit, nothing. Then you will have the breakthrough. And, every breakdown gives you access to a higher level of consciousness. This seems to be the path. It's you go from breakdown to breakdown, elevating your consciousness. In fact, if life the whole of life is an experience, right? The more experiences you have, the bigger your awareness and your learning is.
Mm.
Well, if your experience is very, very big, you'll have a lot of breakdowns.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And I do know it's not comfortable. But I want to leave people with a book I'm reading, which is exactly inside of that conversation. Okay, it's called, let me see, it's from Adyashanti. Can you put it maybe underneath, Abby,
I
for
can.
people to read it? And it's called Resurrecting Jesus.
Oh, such a good one.
It's unbelievable, and it's exactly what we talked about. He has taken the whole life of Jesus with all of his Zen master training and Buddhist view and intelligence, and he is taking us through a life lesson, sometimes a little bit, I can't quite go all the way there, but it really is fascinating. And there is four people that I really inform myself from. It's Socrates, Jesus, Buddha, and Gandhi, right? Those are my love masters. And studying the life of Jesus from the point of view of other discipline other than religion is really fascinating. So I really recommend it to everybody.
Oh, that's really, really cool. And very
Yeah.
healing, I think, for us to look at some of those stories from different perspectives.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's
All right,
beautiful.
Abby, that is it for today. That's all I have.
Thank you, Sophie. Just a beautiful conversation. And I'm sure we all have lots of experience with breakdowns. So
Yes. Oh, and everybody, I am posting on Instagram often little short videos. So follow me on Instagram. I've put the link underneath.
Yep, that's right.
Yesterday, I put the link.
It's so great.
All right. Love you. Have a great week.
Love you,
and
everyone.
Bye.